Don't you love it when you're playing top lane and minding your own business, but then the enemy laner decides that picking the most annoying and biggest lane harassment champion would be fun, like Kayle or Lissandra? Well, here's another champion for that list. Yorick. Yorick is a bully, tanky, burst, melee, balls-to-the-wall nuisance. Yorick was of a long bloodline who dug graves for a living, and they all used the same shovel that was said to harbor the spirit of the previous owner. When Yorick died, he didn't have an heir to the shovel, so he was forced to keep burying people to rise from the grave. He got tired of that, so he went on to the league and became a champion. His early game is centered around bullying the enemy with his W and E, and his mid to late game is when he starts running in and doing as much damage as possible, then dying, much like his lore. Yorick's passive is safety in numbers. When Yorick has a ghoul friend, he gains damage and reduced damage by 5%. This can stack up to 4 times for 20%. It helps with dueling and fights, and it can really turn the tides of a fight with enough cooldown reduction. Yorick's Q is Sonic Racing. Yorick slams the enemy with his shovel extra hard with the power of speed. Upon hitting another champion, Yorick deals bonus damage, summons a white ghoul, and then gains up to 35% movement speed. Yorick's W is bane of the enemy laner's existence. Yorick summons a green ghoul that souls in an area of effect that is just annoying. It doesn't deal that much damage, but it sure is frustrating in lane. His E is bane of your enemy laner's existence part 2. Yorick summons a brown ghoul on the target that does a pretty hefty amount of physical damage and also heals Yorick. This is his bread and butter ability in lane, typically for the harass, and the amount of healing with it is pretty good, especially with Spirit Visage. His ultimate is I'm helping. Yorick targets an ally or himself and spawns a targetable clone of the person. The clone can auto-attack until the target dies. Once the target loses all its health, the person is revived temporarily and can use all their abilities. The ability can help your team, especially when you ult your Vayne and she revives and continues to shred the enemy. But if your teammate is an average player, they don't know what his ult is, and they think it's Zillion's ult, thus wasting it. On Yorick, I personally max Q, E, ult, then W. But most people max E first, and then W to harass the sanity out of the enemy laner. I max Q first because of the sonic movement speed, and Yorick has a pretty low mana pool early, so spamming E and W destroys your mana. When building Yorick, I typically go for CDR boots, Tear, Frozen Fist, Spirit Visage, Dead Man's Plate, and African American Cleaver. Yorick only has 2 skins, and he hasn't gotten a single skin in almost 4 years. People are complaining about how Zac didn't get one in 2 years, and then he gets a skin and a chroma skin, but Yorick hasn't gotten one in almost twice the time, and no one cares. His 2 skins are Undertaker and Pit to Kill, and neither of them are that great. They don't change his rules at all. All they do is change his looks. This has been Spurious, bringing you a Yorick guide. If this guide has spread any awareness of Yorick or helped you in any ways, which it probably didn't because I'm not very good at the game, please leave a like. Spy!